Gaming's perpetual window into the future, the Deus Ex franchise has long been regarded as one of the most innovative series ever created. We're looking back at the iconic franchise and getting an inside look at what's coming next. I'm Naomi Kyle, and this is DX15. Deus Ex Mankind Divided continues where Human Revolution left off. Taking place 2 years later, Adam Jensen returns and fights with new body augmentations and technology in a world forever changed by the AUG incident.
I got a no-kill order.
Would have thought he'd done enough to warrant extreme prejudice.
The world of Mankind Divided is a much different place than Human Revolution. Today we learn more about the new game, its place in the overall franchise, and what dark corners of the Deus Ex universe remain unexplored.
Rucker.
A lot of things happened between Human Revolution and Mankind Divided. We planned for a transmedia approach for the Deus Ex universe. So it's not just a game now, it's a franchise.
How do we get to do more, make more experience, but also that it's exponentially bigger?
You know, when you do a painting, you start with your foundation, and, you know, like you just block things in, and then you're like, okay, this works, and then we go with the details, and, you know, the crazy rendering, and it looks like HR was our blocking, and now it's like, wow, it's really coming to life.
You walk in a room, and the room can tell you a story. So with the Dawn engine and the new gen consoles and the powerful PCs nowadays, we can really create rich environments.
The Dawn engine just opens up new possibilities in terms of expanding the tool set.
We've really achieved this vision, like we had it at the beginning, and you know, we had achieved just 50% of it, I think now. It's very much there, and stuff as well, like very cool next gen stuff, like the hair that we do, and you know, all these new additions, and the lighting system has been totally revamped. The game just feels, I mean, people are noticing it right away.
Mankind Divided takes place 2 years after Human Revolution. So now you're facing a world state where the mechanically augmented are being reviled. Many of them are being forced to live in segregated camps.
You're facing a lot of cops, a lot of augmented people. How do you deal with them? Where's your judgment? You can go in guns blazing, you combat but non-lethal, or you can avoid it all.
We all want to make a game that we want to play. You know, it's a mature title. It's something that is dealing with kind of serious contemporary now issues.
When we talk about the setting for Mankind Divided, we're talking about the mechanical apartheid. We've entered a period in this universe where the mechanically augmented are really being discriminated against. There's a lot of paranoia about them, and a lot of feeling that these people are second-class citizens. These are people who don't deserve to be with the rest of society because of something that they had no control over.
It's a much darker world, a much more cynical world, a world more bathed in fear and suspicion.
We tried to push the augmentations this time around to have more variety all over the place, but
more visual,
more visuals, more visceral, more impactful.
I like to engage in combat and get my hands dirty when I play a Deus Ex game, and I think that we're really boosting that offer a lot.
So the combat was very important. We put a lot of effort in the combat intensity. We decided in level design to open more the level.
Part of the game takes place in Prague, and one of the things we already did was bring in real Czech actors.
It's the customary final request of the condemned man. Please, do not kill any more of my people on your way out.
We did no compromise. Once again, we wanted to push the envelope.
The goal is really to give to the player more than just the game.
We wanted to make sure that you can be a stealthy agent and be a killing machine, or be a combat-oriented kind of guy, and still be like, I care about human lives, so I'm going to spare them. So we put a lot of efforts in that sense to make sure that the augmentation experience is way more rounder, way more possibilities, no matter what your play style is.
The Deus Ex franchise is really about empowering the player with choosing the way he wants to play.
It's not just go stop the bad guy, it's like Is the bad guy a bad guy? Why is he doing that?
My favorite part of this franchise is really the narrative aspect, really the story. I really like the fact that it's much more than just save the princess.
You can spend 10 minutes on a side quest and finish it, or depending on what you do in that side quest, you can discover all these other intricate branches that are leading off, and you can end up having an hour adventure just with a side quest.
It's the type of game where you can play it one time and play it one way and have one experience, and then replay it again and make different choices in the game, and you will have a different experience, and you'll have different conversations depending on how you play it. It feels and sounds more mature. We have a much more robust music system that allows us to do a lot more, whereas before Human Revolution, and as I spoke, we had like roughly 3 layers to play with. We're only limited by how we want to do it. We set our own limitations.
Shit! Jensen! Behind you!
Our job as game developers and as people who are working with science fiction to hold up a lens to the world and say, this is what we're showing you, and it's what exists out there now. So how does that make you feel, and what do you want to do about it?
We will not sit idly by and allow our rights to be eroded out of fear and ignorance any longer.
I hope people will finish the game. I hope they are going to be, curious enough to understand what is behind all this.
The most thing I could be proud of is when someone's going to pick up the game, play it, and enjoy it. As simple as this.
The old rules no longer apply.
Well, this has been an amazing journey, from the insight on the game's creation to its rebirth on the modern gaming scene. It's been a pleasure to get so much inside information from the creators themselves. Deus Ex has proven to be one of the most unique universes in existence. The future for the franchise looks brighter than ever.